Hey guys, so this is going to be a bit of an unusual video, but the girls had some Bluey figures for Christmas. Unfortunately, we had a slight issue the other day and I now have to fix both Ree's Bluey and Hope's Bingo. Now, as you can see on Bingo's arm, it's just partially coming off, but Bluey's is quite literally holding on by a thread. So I'm going to show how to fix a teddy's arm, at least the way I fix them. So I've got my trusty little sewing box by here, which is literally, it's filled with all sorts of goodies, but it's an old baby formula jar. So I need to try and match the colours on these characters. Now the needle that I use for sewing pretty much everything up, if I can get hold of the needle that is a hooked needle like this, because it makes it easier for me to actually sew things. I already have blue cotton in this one from where I was fixing the small Bluey the other day, because the small Bluey, his leg was coming off something. So I am going to fix these up if I can. So I always like multiple knot the ends to make sure that they don't just come sliding straight through the material. So it makes a nice knot there. Okay, so we're going to start with Bluey, because Bluey is the one that's damaged the most. But as you can see, there's also a slight tear. So I'm going to take the arm, fold it back where that tear is, and there's a bit of material that is still left from there. I'm going to keep that there, but I'm going to hook behind it and sew Bluey's arm directly back into here. But I'm going to do a cross, sorry, not a cross, what's it called, a looping stitch, which is where it goes around and around and around. It is quite thick material to try and shove the needle through as well. I didn't realise it was as thick as it was. Have a look at Bluey's. See, the other arm is actually sewed inside, but I can't sew inside, so I'm going to do the best I can with the outside. Mr. Shuffle's off again. Okay. Okay, this is it needs to go through the back material. It's hard to catch it because of the pre-existing stitches down the side. There we go. As you can see, it's coming along. It's not the world's greatest, but I'm not a seamstress. I can just fix things if they need to be fixed. Ow! So that went straight through my thumb. Oh. So the little drawback is the hooked needles sometimes don't quite go where you want them to go. But they're definitely easier to use than straight ones when you've got to do this type of work. But as you can see, Bluey's arm is pretty much attached, but I now need to go underneath and fix this tear as well. So I'm going to go through the side and taper that down. And I'm going to push that through to the underside of the arm. Supposed to, but I can't quite get it to come through. There we go. It's come through underneath like that now, and we're gonna sew up this tear in the side of Bluey's arm. because these are their favourite teddies at the moment. And it took me a good hour and a half to get them to go to sleep because they didn't have their Bluey and Bingos. Okay, this is it's getting caught on something. I think it's getting caught on the pre-existing stitches from before. The initial thread, I mean. Okay. Ow. Stab himself with that. Again. Okay, so now back out this end. And I'm going to tape the side of this arm down, like I did with the other one. The other side, I mean. Okay, so I need to go through here. Damn, it's so difficult. Okay, so I just need to go through the end of the material. Yeah, it doesn't want to go through, does it? Let's see. You know, it literally won't go through. Let's see. Why won't you go through? There we go. It's finally gone through. And then this bit goes through the side here. And back out just below. Like that. And Bluey's arm is tapered on the side to give it a bit more rigidity. And for some reason I can't get it to go back through again. There we go. And Bluey's arm is fixed. And the tape. Sorry about that. My battery quite literally died. I completely forgot to charge it. But it's fine, so we go back underneath now to try and make sure that this arm stays on. And it helps to knot up all of the bit we had to fix underneath. So I'm going to go back to the other side of the arm to make sure that I have covered all of the tear in Bluey's Bluey's a girl, in her arm. Oh yeah, there's a bit of a gap there. Okay. See, that's why I always go back over something, just to make sure that I've got everything and there's not missing gaps where the stuffing can come out. Okay, so even though there's a tiny little gap, I still can't get the needle to go through the seam. Is it a gap, or is that just where I've caught the edge of it? Oh no, there we go, it's finally through. I took a bit of wiggling. And again. And I definitely need to do this bit because it is actually quite a big gap on that one. Okay, now we're back to the other side. And we just need to slide that one through here, because we're going to need to knot this soon. There we go. Now, this last bit here is where we do a rounded knot. So you go around the end, leaving a bit of a loop, and then you bring the needle back through the loop towards you. And then you do it twice. That will knot the thread so you can snap it off. Making sure that the needle is dangling from your hand, and like what I just did. And there we go, Bluey's arm is fixed. Now we gotta go on to Bingo. Bingo's is going to be a bit easier to do because she's only partially come undone by here. But I don't think I have any orange. Well, I don't have an orange, but I do have this goldish, yellowy sunset colour. So we'll go with this one for Bingo. Yeah, say about that much. So we remove the blue thread that's left in the needle. Just throw that down there and I'll put that in the bin later. And then we thread the orange for Bingo. There we go. And I always double it up, so I pull it through and then I meet the two ends together like that. Oh, one's a bit longer than the other. There we go. Make sure it's dead straight, then knot the end like we did last time. The knot is just, it keeps missing itself, let alone anything else. There we go, a nice knot there. Let's fix Bingo's arm. So this time we only have to start from halfway because that's where it's damaged. Ow. Okay, well, I found where the end of the needle was with my thumb again. Okay, so this is the needle stuck. If the needle ever gets stuck, just wiggle it. Don't try to pull it because it will slide through your fingers and potentially injure you. Just give it a bit of a wiggle. Use your thumb as a guide if need be, and it eventually works its way loose. Now, because this one is still partially inside the bear, whereas the other one was completely out, I'm just going to go in and out through the material, not looped like I did with Bluey. So try to pinch the material together so as I can get it through all of the material, not just one part of it. Like that. Then we go back through, making sure to get all of the material. Whoop, I let go of Bluey then. There we go. Oh, okay, so I did just go through the side of my finger. That's why you got to be very careful with needles. Where's that going to come through now? Well, it should come through, but there. There we go. There we go. Now we should be able to knot it by here now as well. So through, round, loop, and pull through, it doesn't want to go through the material again. Come on, through the material. There we go. And then loop and pull. Then snap. And there is Bingo's arm is finished. Where is fixed as well. Wait, now I do have these little odd bits of the old cotton, so I'm just going to very carefully cut the extra bits of cotton off. And there we go. Now their arms are back perfectly fixed. There we go. Arms fixed. And that's a quick fix for a broken teddy's arm. And hopefully some help to anyone who needs to know how to do it, which is probably not a lot of people. I just do it because I don't like wasting money, and if I can fix it, I'll try to fix it. And my trusty little sewing kit. Well, thank you guys for watching me fixing the girls' broken teddy bears. I'll see you in the next video. Good night.